Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Ali Mehdaoui with a brand new episode of the ME Show. My goodness, I am so grateful, excited, and happy to have you with me in here, whether you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or any other platform, or you're even watching the video version of the vlog. Man, I am so excited and grateful to be here with you. It has been a few weeks, actually, I believe more than 2 months since we've done an episode, and there was a lot that was going on, and I'm going to bring you up to speed with life. Today's episode is brought to you by Velocity Global. Velocity Global is a smart contract, travel, lifestyle, and e-learning platform that allows you to take advantage of anything and everything that you want from travel at the lowest cost possible, e-learning at the best value possible, and the best part about it, it's all in the blockchain. So you can take advantage no matter what part of the world you are in. So make sure that you visit velocityglobal.com and get the information you need right now. So check this out. Today, I'm going to dedicate this conversation to a whole lot of different elements, and I think you're going to appreciate the conversation because many of you know my background in 18 years now in business, from traditional business, affiliate marketing, network marketing, public speaking, consulting, and so much more in and out of the online and the brick and mortar business. But today, or specifically this week, I had a major, let's just say, impact on my decision making and my relationship with network marketing and multi-level marketing as a whole. Let's just say, if network marketing was number one or number two, MLM right now is number two, and I flushed it in the toilet Monday night. I'll get into that in a second. I also want to talk a whole lot about the future of business, the 2024 way and moving forward. And of course, we got a special guest. She actually is a guest today, but I am praying to God that she's going to give me the privilege and the opportunity to have her with us on an ongoing and a regular basis. And as you know, the ME Show is all about infotainment. That is information with a whole lot of entertainment. We joke around, we mess around, and we definitely give a whole lot of value all along the way. So make sure you hit that smash share button, like, subscribe, comment. We love engagement, no matter where you are from all around the world. And if you're a hater, I love you too, because I got plenty of those as well. All right, so let me go ahead and introduce to you all today. This young woman is not only a sister from another mister, she's literally a lost cousin. That's how we kind of talked about each other for the very first time. We've met a few months back, and when I say it was an immediate, like, oh my God, we're literally like weirdly alike in so many ways. The way we do business, our core values, our spiritual values. And she's a genius when it comes to business development. She's a genius when it comes to having a specific eye to understanding all different areas, from sales to marketing to creating a human interaction, leveraging all things digital and social media. And definitely her CV, her resume is beyond me even. She's probably 10 times better than I ever could be. So I'm really excited for each and every one of you for the very first time having her officially here in the ME Show. Ladies and gentlemen, a whole lot of virtual love to the one and only Tanya Tonica. What's up, sis?
What's up? How are you? That
I'm amazing.
intro. Good.
Amazing. Thank God. Well, first and foremost, I am so happy and grateful to have you here with us on the show. And it's gonna be a fun, entertaining journey, and it's gonna be a whole lot of value. And one of the things that I love about having you part of the show, and I think a lot of people are gonna appreciate as well, you are a no nonsense kind of a person. You call it for what it is. You do it the right way. You say what you do, and you do what you say. And I definitely appreciate that. So why don't you take a minute and tell us a little bit, whatever you want our audience to learn about you, personal, academic, professional, whatever is important to you. Go ahead and let everybody know a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I don't know if I could top that intro. It was kind of humbling here.
No,
But
I'll take it all the way if you need me to. You want me to take it away?
take it
You
all the way.
want to cut it?
You already said it. No play. Um, well, what can I say? Yes, absolutely. I definitely am to the point, but for the purpose of operating in love and having a pure foundation in what I do. I think you and I have talked about, for months now, like our core values of eradicating poverty, right? We've talked
Yep.
about education, we've talked about just relationship building and how we approach business. And so I think we've both been through so many experiences that many leaders actually don't show the behind the scenes. They don't show the real raw of it. They're like, yes, I built a multi whatever kind of business and they did it through ads, but they try to tell you they did it through inboxing or something
Yeah.
totally different. So yeah, I that's, if I have to say anything, that's going to be what it is. It's what we're going to talk about here, and in any conversation, how you and I interact.
Yeah.
We
Well,
believe love is,
let's get in. Let's get into it. And first of all, I want to get into you don't watch much TV, right? Like I tested you a couple of times. Like, hey, do you watch the documentary? And your answer was, when do I have time to watch it? You made me sound like a lazy bum. So you did. So here's the thing. I personally watch documentaries, biopics, anything that I can get some value out of. And
I do.
over the last week and a half, there was these two documentaries that stood out for me, and I think they are extremely relevant in terms of today's society. And the very first one is called Dancing with the Devil. They're both on Netflix. Now, if you're hearing this, you're like, what are you talking about? What are you watching, Ali? Like Dancing with the Devil? What is wrong with you? And it's actually extremely disturbing in terms of the manipulation or let's just say how easy it is to manipulate today's generation. And it's about the 7M TikTok cult. If you have not watched it, I highly recommend. And it's a church that uses their spiritual influence to target TikTok dancers. And as a matter of fact, for the last 4 years, the best TikTok dancers documented, almost 99% of the most viral TikTok dancers have come out of 7M media. And the scary thing about him, they lure him with, hey, we're going to sponsor you. We're a spiritual organization. We're going to put $100,000 in your account. You're going to be part of a mansion, sharing it with other brothers and sisters. It's all about Christ. It's all about the love of God. But then they go ahead and they charge them 10% tithe, 10% offering, and 10% management fees.
Wow.
Where, again, imagine you're 20, 21 years old, and then you have a godly figure, right? Like someone who's like, he actually refers to himself as a man of God. You should look him up, Robert Shin, out of California. And he mentors them. And then he made them all TikTok famous without a shadow of a doubt. But the interesting thing, and obviously I recommend for everybody to watch the documentary because it teaches how easy it is to lure even what they are now adults in anything. And we all have children. I think most of our listeners do have children. And it shows you how easy it is to lure someone in. So it was scary to me. And, it kind of made me a little bit, I'm not gonna say lose faith, but it led me to question my faith in humanity. Like, is this what it comes down to? And the scary part about this whole thing is that that very same pastor sexually assaulted like most of the girls that are in there. And then one of them went to report, and the cop said, we need more women to move forward because it's just your word against his. And here's the scary thing. I got a daughter, right? You're a woman.
Yikes.
One woman is not good enough, which
And this
makes
is the
you
message that,
wonder
wow.
why most women don't come forward. She literally put herself on social media, on cameras and whatnot, embarrassed herself, saying, I've been doing and having to do these sexual activities with this old man. Yeah, that's your word against his. That's
Mm.
crazy. Anyways, I mean, what's your take? I mean, cults, social media, the youth dancing, like there's just so much mixed in there. It's not the norm.
It's not the norm. There's a lot of manipulation taking place. And, you know, think about it. Babies are having babies.
Mm,
And then they're not being taught. Like, I think the one thing when parents are like, I don't want my children on social media, I agree and I don't agree. I think that you should be, to where you monitor them and you can do things with, like, you know, you have your babies and you'll do the shows with them and show them how to use it responsibly, how to engage, how to operate. And I think that's important. We leave the kids to their own devices, and when they fall back, then we want to be like, well, you should know better. But who's
yeah.
teaching them? And the only reason why I say that is because, look, I'll be honest, You know, 12 and 13-year-olds are out there. My son actually just came home and was like, Mom, this 13-year-old just got her nudes leaked. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, her nudes.
Her nudes were leaked.
See, like my beef
Years
with that.
old.
Well, let me just tell you, my beef with that is the fact that a 13-year-old is taking nudes tells you what have you been exposed to thus far, because a 13-year-old is not fully developed. I understand that's the curiosity age, if you will, but a 13-year-old is not fully developed to understand the idea of nudes. And again, maybe I'm getting old, right? But I have a sense of accountability to put on the parents that your child ended up taking nudes in the first place.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not gonna punish a child for, like, what were you exposed to growing up that you thought it was okay to put out nudes out there in the first place?
But I mean, if listen to the music, listen to the behind the manipulation, these, like what you said, the pastor taking Christ and manipulating children.
Yeah,
Of course, they want, we talk about the fathering and the value of men, the lack of the fathering, the lack of, you know, these women hear me roar and woman power and all this other stuff. And it's affecting our generations.
yeah,
The
no,
lack,
without a doubt.
you know, we talked about that many times.
Here's the second, which I think I'm about to start some trouble. The second documentary that I watched, Ashley Madison documentaries on Netflix, Scandals and Sex. I think it's all about the leak of the list that happened. I think it was 2015, 2016.
Mhm.
The reason I say I might get some people in trouble because that list is still live, meaning you can go and you can put the first name, last name, or an email of
Mhm.
a person, and then it'll populate like Ali Mehdaoui has an account, and here's the pictures that he updated, and here's his credit card. Oh yeah, it's still up, it's live. So the reason I say this, oh yeah, that was a big deal. So Ashley Madison, for those of you who might not know, is an affair site, a website for married people to have an affair. And their whole premise that they sold was, you know, they have like 100% guaranteed privacy, you know, hacker proof, blah 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 blah. Well, somebody hacked not only their system, but they didn't want money. They just said, we just want to destroy what you're doing and how you're ruining families. And again, it's an interesting documentary because of the amount of social responsibility that was ignored. You know, first of all, there's few parts to this. The very first part is that you're creating a vehicle that is ruining relationships, and I don't care how you justify it, right? You're doing something bad.
Seriously.
But here's the second part about this whole thing is that, so in the website itself, women don't have to pay. You know, so in their eyes, a woman's profile is the product. Men, in order for a man to communicate via message with that woman to have a full conversation, I would have to pay as a man to talk to a woman, right? So and part of their whole thing is we are guaranteeing women are going to reach out to you as a man. So here's what happens. They have algorithms that auto populates a message from your profile that says, "Hey, hun," just automatically, just to create an engagement, right? Now I would get an email as a man that says, "Tanya sent you a message," and I'm like, "Oh, somebody's interested in me."
Mhm.
I might have a bad marriage or whatever it may be, or I'm just delusional about what I want. I'm
Mhm.
like, I've never had anybody pay attention to me. And guess what I do? All right, I'll pay the $5 to talk to her. I pay Ashley Madison $5, and I'm now in a conversation with you. Now that's how it started.
Right.
37 million users later, what they found out, so the guy who was doing an investigation on trying to find the hackers had
Mhm.
access to the inside skeleton of Ashley Madison, and he realized that half of that 37 million, half of those users were bots. They were never real women. They
What?
just were never real women. So it was a bot that was just messaging random dudes who were dumb enough to reply and pay hundreds of millions of dollars that Ashley Madison was making on these bots While guys, this is why guys, we're so dumb. Fellas, stop. Don't try to cheat. Like
Digital
we are
prostitute.
dumb. We are so bad at disremembering dates and women. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Okay. This is why remember we talked about this morning, right? If you're dumb enough to lie, steal, or cheat, you should know you're dumb enough to get caught eventually, right? So that was fascinating to me that 37 million users, not only, I mean, celebrities were found in the list, and Sandra Bullock's husband was part of the people who were on the list. That's when it blew up in her marriage. Anyways,
Wow.
again, listen, I am not the one to judge. God bless. It's between you and your creator. There are couples who have specific agreements between them. There are other couples who do what they do in behind the scene. I believe this is me.
Hmm.
Cheating happens before a physical interaction happens. It's
Yes.
all in your head. If you already are in porn, or like you got your lusts going on already, looking for something to find, you've already cheated. Your mindset already led you there. Now you're just looking for an opportunity, and God knows when that opportunity comes, you're going to act on it, because everything in your body has already said, I want it.
Yeah.
So, cheating in 2024 for real, men or women, like, I mean, I mean, well, yeah, I would like to hear your perspective. Talk to me.
Listen, I think the one thing that I thought about was the bot part, because
Mm.
our children, other women, like they're comparing, and half of the accounts, whether TikTok, whether men are actually behind it with avatars of women that you're not going to work out to get that enough. You're not going to do, I mean, they're literally crafted. Like we're destroying the family as a whole. But I think that the adultery and all that other stuff comes because individuals, they're not healed. They're jumping into definitely relationships, marriages, all that stuff, codependent on another person for their healing. I mean, you and I, like, we self-develop all the time. We're reading books, listening to podcasts, all those different things. And I think we had a conversation even earlier, like how you took your healing as a priority. Like you made sure it was a priority in your life, so that way the outcome could be different. I think we're not teaching that enough. We're judging so much that individuals are falling in love with computers and AI because
That's
they're needing
literally
attention.
it.
Yeah. Did
That's
you see
that's
that?
the crazy thing, for real, for real. Like and whether it's true, falling in love, dopamine, whatever you want to call it, the idea that I am replacing true pleasure. Listen, fellas, ladies, we're grown up in here. Put your children away. Cover their ears.
Right.
Listen, ain't nothing better than real sex. Okay,
Oh,
you just
nothing.
call it for what it is, right? And
Right.
the idea that you're spending most of your time, energy, and resources at that on a computer, on a screen, bro. Like, you got a bigger issue than the actual marriage itself. Like, that's just my take on it. There was
Hold on, Ali. They have dolls now. Have you seen them? Where
I am a man of God.
you hush.
Lord have mercy.
They
Dolls, what are you
actually have,
talking about? I mean, listen,
seriously,
I'm
they
not judging you, Tanya. I know this
no,
is your big
no, no.
introduction to the audience, but
Listen,
hey, all right, go on. Hey.
I'm not talking about blow up dolls.
Uh,
I'm legitimately talking about avatar dolls. Like they
oh,
have
like actual
dolls.
robots.
They're robots. They're
Yeah.
actually like these, and they program them. And what they do is they have AI. So as you have conversations and intimacy, they begin to learn you as a person.
Where do
And
you store yours?
conversation, it's crazy. What'd you say?
Where do you store yours?
Uh,
No, listen, I get
I
it.
like the real thing, y'all. I like the real
Shout
thing.
out to the real, listen, shout out to the real people, to the real folks. I know that listen, I'm open-minded enough, I'm progressive enough mentally that I understand things are out there. And again, don't judge or you too shall be judged. So I'm not the one to judge. I
No.
just think that it worries me that the future, because listen, my son is going to find a soulmate one day, and I don't know if that soulmate is going to be fully functional with certain core values. And I'm optimistic and hopeful enough, but I think it's going to be a little bit harder for the next generation to have true emotions. Put it like this, even us, man, even us,
It's a bit
we
scary.
can't sit to have a meal without having our phone face forward looking at us. It's
Huh?
fascinating. I mean, Pitbull said it best. He goes like, you know, there's a reason it's called an apple, and there's a reason we hold it like this. It's the apple from the tree, and then we are praying to it in our hand before we eat. Like, yeah, I was like chills when you heard that. But
Right?
I'm optimistic enough. I just think it's gonna be harder for the next generation to find whatever it is that we think is a definition of true relationship and true emotions and true connections.
Agree.
Yeah.
Completely agree. I mean, we're changing that chemistry and psychology in their habits from a young age. And unfortunately, even in the school system, they're out there 8 hours a day. If you're putting your child in a school system, and they're learning the craziest things, and they're not learning emotional intelligence. They're not learning how to operate in the real world. I mean, I just went to a school concert. We talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
They were some seventh graders are literally singing like, no, I don't want no scrubs. A scrub is a guy. I mean, they are literally like, who sits
This
on
is
your
an elementary
scrub?
school.
Like, I'm like, are you, did this just happen? I'm literally recording this, and my mind is blown thinking these little kids are 13 and 14, and there are teachers saying it's okay. Their school is saying it's okay to not only talk about men this way, but then also to sing these kind of songs. And so these teachers are having influence. Now, not all teachers are like that, but teachers are becoming younger and younger. You're hearing more of them sleeping with their students, right? Because they're
Yo,
21. Or
stop it. Let's not even open that can of
I'm
worms. Let's
just
not
saying,
manifest that shenanigans.
these are the things that we are looking ahead, and we're saying, wow, like,
Yeah.
what are we going to do? We can't protect our kids.
I'm homeschooling my kids starting next year. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. I
What
mean,
I'm gonna do, Abdulaziz. Hey, listen, we're gonna take a little break. We gotta pay some bills. And then after we come back, I wanna get into MLM. I am pissed off at MLM, and I got played a couple of days ago. So I wanna, I wrote a book about it twice. And I just went through it. So I want to give everybody a little bit of forewarning of what to expect if you are to get into a network marketing company. Network marketing is a great initiative. The people in it, however, they are very ugly. We'll be right back.
What happens when you combine the world's second largest industry of travel with cutting-edge technology? Blockchain, AI, and a revolutionary way to engage with travel. This isn't just a change in the weather, it's the perfect storm. Welcome to Velocity Global. Not just a travel club, but a gateway to a lifestyle most only dream of. A place where luxury meets adventure, all powered by the most advanced technologies today. Imagine a membership that gives you curated escape trips with exclusive VIP experiences, or local escape nights that turn every encounter into a memory with other members and the people you love. And what if accessing world-class escapes meant paying less but experiencing more? That's our promise. 5-star getaways at 3-star prices, backed by a 110% price match guarantee with our travel portal. But Velocity is more than just travel. It's an opportunity. By becoming an affiliate, share your passion for travel and earn from our 2-tiered program. Direct bonuses, sponsor matches, and share in our global revenue pools. Rewards that travel with you. Fuel your dreams with lifestyle bucks, spendable on trips, gift cards, and online shopping, exclusive events, and cutting-edge marketing tools that propel you forward. With instant payouts, whether you start with our $50, $500, or $2,000 membership, each membership opens doors to unparalleled value and a community ready to welcome you. Ready to start? It's simple. Use MetaMask, SafePal, Token Pocket, or Trust Wallet. Make sure to have enough BNB and a little extra for gas fees. Fund your journey and let the adventure find you. Get back to the person who introduced you to Velocity Global. Join us and turn your travel dreams into reality.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Ali Mehdaoui in here with Tanya Tonica, Double T. I don't know. We gotta come up with like a nickname or something. See, I go by your strategic partner. We'll find out something. You know, you let us know whenever you're ready to give us that superhero avatar of yours. Hey Tanya, last couple of weeks, man, I've been through some stuff, and I think between you, my wife, my boy Rich, and a few others have kind of walked me through it. As you know, we've launched a smart contract back in December 11th, and we've had an amazing run. I mean, from 0 to 76,000 memberships in 57 countries in a matter of 4 months, and then realized that, hey, the world still has bad people in it. People that use my face, my videos, my liking, and created like fake websites to kind of take advantage. And we kind of had to bring the car back into the garage, reset the whole thing, rework the frames of protection, compliance, sustainability, X, Y, and Z. And during that period, I went from everybody's superhero to the villain. I mean, like that. And I understand, we had 18,000 people that we've put daily income in their pocket, and I had to pause it for about 4 weeks. Now things are good. We launched a project together called I Am Influencer Attraction Mastery, which we introduced it. But I learned some things about people and humanity, and I want to dig into that because it kind of connects to the idea of network marketing as a distribution channel and the confusion that people who are in network marketing and entrepreneurs. And I'm talking from whether you are a co-CEO all the way to a brand new representative today. There's a huge separation of what an entrepreneur is versus a sales representative. And there are many who do really, really good as a sales rep. That's one position. It's like a job title. And there are many people who are great at being a marketer. There are other people who are great at being an operator, meaning behind the scene. There are others who are great at being trainers. There are others great. But to be a true entrepreneur, you have to be dangerous enough in every single area and have your stars fully aligned in order to be successful. And that's why entrepreneurship is extremely hard. That's why most people fail, because they're like, I'm really good at this speaking thing. And the mindset says that's a business. Well, no, the speaking thing is just a product, my friend.
Exactly.
The business is everything else that I've mentioned. And it leads us to, I believe, out of 4 weeks, I've had a lot of haters, a lot of angry people, a lot of people. I mean, I was telling Rich today, I about 3 hours before this recording, in a comment, not even a private message, I was called an effing N-word, like right in the oh yeah. Yeah. And I mean, like, emotional intelligence, I'm the king of that. It doesn't hurt me if I don't know the person.
Right.
It just showed me how, where did we go wrong? Where we allowed anyone, anywhere with a cell phone to feel the entitlement that I don't have to work and I can get paid. Like, you owe me money. You owe me, all of you. You owe me to build a website for me, a funnel for me, give me strategy, technique, give me your virtual assistants. Oh, by the way, I'll pay you someday, right? Like, where did that entitlement come? Because I know you experienced the same things that I experienced.
Absolutely.
What do you think we've gone wrong, dude? Like, what is happening?
It was what I was talking about earlier when we first started. We're not telling the truth. We are most of individuals that are any bit of successful. Like when I was reading your book, it was so true that you have top leaders and they look like they're top leaders, but they're broke. They're manipulative. They're lying, deceitful, and they're doing it in the name of, oh yes, I'm top earner, because it's more about ego, right? They don't want to tell you the behind the scenes. They don't want to tell you all the intricacies, and they don't want to tell you that they've been on the phone from morning till night, that they're hustling, that they've been struggling. They don't tell the truth. So they're selling this whole thing as an easy making money. And it's not. It's not at all what you just talked about, entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
It's
I'll
a
tell
lifestyle.
you know, no disrespect to anybody, because I've experienced homelessness. I've experienced not having, I've experienced lack. So please, um, anybody who's listening to this, I'm not taking a dig at people who don't have money. I'm not taking a dig at people who are struggling financially. I know what homelessness is for 3 years
I was
straight. I
homeless.
know what struggle it is. I know all of that. What
Yeah.
I am saying though is, don't try to punish who I am today for what you never will be. And what I mean by that, I worked my butt off.
Come on.
Bro, I have given up my all of my 20s, from 22-year-old when that young man Rich met me. Literally, all the way until today, all I've done is work every single day. While everybody was like, yo, you're so whipped, you never can get out. Yeah, you're divorced. I'm still married. You know, like, oh, bro, like you never do anything. Like your wife never lets you. Yeah, we live the life that we desire, and I mean, we are living it to the very best that we can have it. You're not, you know, like, oh, you know, you're too good for us because X, Y, and Z. I believe that I am too good, not because I'm better than you, but because I chose to stick to my dream while you gave up on yours a long time ago. And that like, it really irks me. It irks me when, you know, I get, you know, hateful comments every now and then. Not, it doesn't bother me, it just irks me. Like, you know, bro, you're promoting your own ignorance. You know, like, oh, look at you, Mister, I come from money. Like, you don't, you want me to tell him what you just did? No, I'll tell him. He just gave me the finger. He gave me this finger. Yeah, he gave me this finger. Rich, ladies and gentlemen, every now and then he's that sitcom character that you don't see him,
Exactly.
but out of nowhere he does something.
Yeah.
Anyways, it irks me that there are people who have no business in entrepreneurship, but because you hit the lottery once, you were in the right place at the right time with the right organization, and now, as horrible as that past experience was, or however many collateral damage of people you've had, all of a sudden, you are doing everything in your power to take advantage of people. And well, how much time did you spend in network marketing? If you spent any time in network marketing at all, on and off?
Goodness gracious. Probably anywhere, I would say anywhere between almost 10 years.
10 years? And when you say 10 years, meaning like actually pursued an opportunity and worked it full time, or was it just like trying to find a vehicle and kind of just added it as it made sense for the time being?
Both. I mean, I've had brick and mortars, I've had all that. I don't think I've ever necessarily stopped. But when I went into the online industry is when I really stepped into that network marketing MLM, because they had digital products and then you can create a blog from it. And
Yeah.
so that's what I would do. I would blog and then kind of bring people in and you would sell. And but as I got closer, you know, into it, at first it was a great opportunity because I'm thinking, great, I don't have to worry about creating a product, but I love helping people, so I should be good at that. And then once you get closer and closer in, you start to see some truth behind it, and then you start
Yeah.
questioning, like, well, why wouldn't you just tell them the truth? Or, you know, they would tell you, you know, don't speak, don't say anything, just kind of let me,
That's
you know,
called
don't,
don't ask, don't tell.
yeah, like, you know, don't do this or don't do that. And it was kind of manipulative.
Well,
It
before the internet starts chewing you and I out,
was.
again, I believe network marketing is a great vehicle. Here's the flaw of network marketing for me, is that anyone and anyone can get into network marketing, whether you are from jail or Yale. That's a horrible sentence, but I hear it all the time. Whether you are from jail or Yale, we don't judge you. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think we should. I think we should. You know, there are a lot of people who get involved in network marketing, um, who are deceiving, conniving liars. I wrote a book about it in 2017 called The Lion Network Marketer. And then we've done the second version of it, which is audiobook, and doubled the content in 2021. And by the way, for anybody who thinks that I'm plugging my book, in the link, it's free. You don't got to buy anything. See that?
Good.
Boom.
Super
Shut
good.
up. Shut up. I see your comment and you're trying, oh, he's just selling a book. No, I'm giving it for free. There's no sale. And no, there is literally not even an opt-in. You just press a button and you start listening to it. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And let me just say, I as of this week, I have cut ties with anything network marketing, and there's a reason for that. Many who may listen to this know that a company that changed my life forever, and I'm forever will be grateful for it. The Great Discovery. It taught me everything about business. It taught me everything since 2017. Changed my life forever. I'm still running companies and businesses right now as we speak within that element. And the more I operate on a business sense, the more my mind does not tolerate incompetence. Now, when I say incompetence, I'm talking about any and all companies that I'm working with, any and all partners that I'm working with. We have to operate in a certain level of integrity, not just when the Zoom is on. Not just when the Zoom is on, and I learned that from the Great Discovery. Like there are things called core values. It taught me everything. You have to have your core values and build them as your foundation. And everything within my heart, my soul, my spirit is telling me that I can't operate within a space where anyone and everyone can just be involved. I unfortunately, where I am in my life right now, I am looking up to impact the world. I am looking up to operate and work in a certain way. And what network marketing does, it allows anyone in the same room. It's like whether you paid $50,000 for your seat or whether you're just waiting outside and hoping someone lets you in, we sit in the same section and we are all put in the same exact level. I worked my ass off to achieve what I've achieved. And I value myself in a specific way. Not that I'm better than anybody, but I am the best student that you will ever have on your side. And the moment I see you and I, Tanya, if you are not maintaining your level of studentship, I don't see value in you anymore. Like that's my brain, right? You are now operating as a know-it-all, and a know-it-all knows nothing at all, right? And in network marketing, I see a lot of, oh, I've done this before. I've done this for 35 years. I've been building businesses. And then what I think to myself, you now, as I learned from the Great Discovery, you now are the biggest restraining force in my success. Because every single time I am communicating with you and saying, hey, Tanya, see, this thing doesn't have a bowl anymore. And I think there's an opportunity. We should use this technology. And you say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I've been using mouse for the last 20 years and they all have the bowl and all you got to do is vacuum it. I can't operate in the same room with you, right? So that'd be the first one. Some other things that I stayed away over the years, and I've been on and off in network marketing for 17, going on 18 years right now. 2008, right? 2008. So what is that? So no.
16 years.
16 years on and off in network marketing. Thank you, Rich. Again, you don't see him, but he's there. So there he is.
I'm here.
Yes, he is.
I'm back.
So in the 16 years that I've been on and off, I'll tell you the top things that I want to advise everybody to look into. Number one, the worst of them all is your executive team, corporate team, C-level team, CEO, co-CEO, CMO, whomever it is that individual competing with you in the network? See, if I have a binary system, and for those who don't understand network marketing, that means there's a left team and a right team. By default, the company has a left team and a right team, but then there are inside legs, meaning there are binary organizations underneath. And if I, the CEO, go on and start an inside leg and another inside leg, and I'm using my influence as CEO to get everybody that's coming into the company using what you, Tanya, have built, the reputation and the view and the feel and the events that you've done. And now I'm leveraging how the company is now established, and I'm enrolling people as the CEO on a hush-hush level. Hey, don't tell anybody, but I'm going to work with you because I'm the CEO.
Okay.
But I'm cutting you out. And I'm cutting everybody out because now I'm operating directly to the company.
So this is about environment. This is about
overall
leadership. Like these are things that that, you know, we talk about that we've seen in many companies, and eventually your environment, it takes a toll. And so when you're ready to accelerate, and we've talked about it at a certain age, you know, we're talking about we're family trip, like we're already in a whole another place. And when you're in that place and you have to shift mentally, that environment is going to affect you. When
Yeah.
you turn around, like, you know, I remember different companies that I worked with, and I know you said this in your book too, so definitely listen to it. You know, it's like a I don't know, how would you put it? It's almost like this crab. Once you start getting towards the top, it's like you see everybody and they're fighting for each other. They look like they're playing nice together, but in all reality, it's like this boiling pot with crabs, and everybody is like pulling, you know, down to get out the hot water. And that's not an environment that you can be in. That's not going to be conducive to where you're going. So when you're looking at legacy, we talk about this all the time, Ollie,
Mhm.
our legacy play. What's our legacy play? And this is where, you know, it's too much to be in that kind of environment with backstabbing and manipulation. And in the end, it's like family, but it's not family. And this is just things that you see in the back end from, I'm going to say, all different kinds of companies, right?
Oh, 100%.
It's not just, you know, one in particular or anything, but they tend to operate this way because, you know, the pressure of everybody, like what you said, make me money, give me a product I can sell. Why is this changing? And you're trying to please everybody, and eventually you can get caught up into some things. But if you're
Well,
doing a legacy play, you can't survive in that environment. There's just no way.
the other thing, you know, John C. Maxwell said it best, right? You know, the law of the lid, right? You are as good as the lid.
Come
So,
on.
and many times, the person that has the highest role in the company has the most influence and the authority over the company. And over the years, I mean, 16 years, I've seen this over and over and over and over again. And it's usually the number one reason why I'm like, yeah, I'm out. Like I would step down from executive roles that I know I could create a big impact, you know, and usually it's because, again, the biggest restraining force of the success is usually the person who has the authority. You know, I've seen um companies, you know, over the years that I advised. I mean, it was a company in 2015. They were doing geo-targeted little they're like uh, a little device that you put in your pocket, and then any phone that you walk by, it dings a message to them. And it sounded like a great idea at first, right? I'm like, that's a great idea. Here's the problem. It's geo-targeted, meaning it is considering the technology of Google. And if there is a change or Google changed or anything like that, you're probably going to have a problem. Well, what happened that very same year in 2016? And by the way, I bumped heads with the executive team. When I say bump heads, I told them like, I don't think this has got to be your flagship product. We should have something else just in case something changes. They're like, nope, we're sticking with this one. We've done this before, yada, 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 yada. I was like, all right, guys, well, I don't want to be that negative person. So I'm going to take a step back. You do what you do. I want to love you from a distance. And I did just that. 2016, there was a political change. In 2016, the government changed. In that very first year, the Federal Trade Commission has banned geo-targeted devices or softwares without the permission, meaning you got to opt in order to get a text message or an email or whatever the case. Maybe that's why there is all the email and marketing laws and all the things that we see today. What do you think immediately happened to every device of all of their network? They immediately got shut down. Immediately. The company was lost within 90 days from that law change.
Yikes.
So I'm not telling you I am Nostradamus and I got it figured out. Sometimes you may want to listen to the people who are actually building and taking companies public, right? And, you know, I've seen CEOs and company owners who would spend their life savings, millions and millions of dollars, just to fail. And I don't fail. I don't like to fail. You know what? Me and you a couple of days ago, I said, let the business always pay for the business. Don't take it out of your own personal income.
Right.
And anyone, anywhere, at any time that uses their own income to spend it on the business side, it's usually a concerning factor, especially when I hear $4 million, $5 million, $3 million. And I'm like, and what did you do with it? On a website? Is that what you spend it on? You know, like what would you spend it on? You know, like on what? Because give me 100 grand. I don't need 4 million. And I'll show you. I mean, heck, we've done $4 million of sales in 4.5 months with Zoom. We didn't do sponsor ads. We didn't do any public marketing. We've done it all in a Zoom and private groups and WhatsApp. So it's not about how much money you can spend. It's about how effective and efficient you are. And again, it goes back to the mistake that many people think. I succeeded at selling or being a top earner in a network market company. Dude, you had a job. It's a 1099 independent contractor job selling something. That's all that was. And God bless you. But you're not an entrepreneur. You just don't qualify as an entrepreneur. And that's why I have to always watch myself. Many times you and I will be on Zooms consulting and working with companies, and I will shut off my camera. I will shut off my microphone. There's a reason for that, because I want to be like, yo, you don't belong here, dude. You just don't. And I don't want to offend the person. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to sit this one out and I'm going to find my own way without offending the person. But how do you balance that fight, that personal fight of, I want to tell you that you suck, but at the same exact time, I'm going to try my very best to still help you without offending you? Like, what do you do?
I think for me, I've gotten to the point that I'm not here to convince you of anything. If you have ears to hear, then you have ears to hear. It's just what it is, because it takes too much energy and time and all of that. Which is why even with individuals launching, my capacity for that over the years has gotten smaller and smaller and smaller, which is why you and I consult with, major companies, the executive teams and the C-level, because our capacity for the launching and, what we were talking about, network marketing. Who runs the company? We'd like to think the executive team runs the company, but in all reality, the top producers. So if you scream the loudest, evangelize the loudest, and get more recruits the loudest, that's what gets you up there. They're the ones who tend to scream the loudest as well to the executive team, and the business is kind of built around that, which there's a problem, because most of them they've never built a company before. They don't know what it's like. They've never stuck through the hard times. They've never, like you and I, been homeless. I remember washing my kids in my storefront. I would wait in the brick and mortar, and I would wash them in the bathroom. Like literally just like, and helping them get ready for school and all of those different things. It was crazy. Some of the things that we've had to go through. And so, these companies are being built by individuals who've never built, who cry and whine when it gets hard and tough. So for me, I don't have the capacity anymore to do it. It's too much energy. There's those few though, that when we speak, they hear and they're willing. And I'm like, we've talked about this, build a personal brand. This is what, don't put all your eggs in this basket, because they can turn you off like this and your income is gone. You need multiple streams of income. It's wisdom, which is why we talked about earlier. It's a distribution. Your gifts and the things that you do is distribution, the speaking, the everything. It doesn't mean it's an actual business. Right? Because I think we've also talked about this many times. What are your numbers? Most people have no idea. They might understand like some simple stuff, conversion rates and things like that. But, when it really comes to operating, but these in network marketing, like what we've discussed, these are the ones that are helping build the companies. And they get it because they're the ones doing the legwork. Like what you said, they're the sales, but they're thinking and deceived that they're actually building something, but they're not taught to build a business. They're not taught with that mindset, because most of the ones who come into network marketing are desperate. They're in fear, and we're not dealing with their mindset. We're just
if you're talking from a beginner standpoint, yeah. I mean, I know I got a network marketing because I was desperate. Hurricane Sandy just hit, and we needed money desperately. Which makes you vulnerable as a target.
Yes.
if you find, and again, 99% of what I'm saying is based on my experience, right? So please don't get offended, anybody, of what I'm sharing with you right now. And that's my experience from me personally as a beginner all the way to an expert. And then for the people that I see every single day, whether they succeeded or whether they get hurt, I've seen it. I mean, tens of thousands of people, you know. And one thing that I can tell you, the most people who get taken advantage of or added into network marketing, from a desperation standpoint, it's not that they are dumb or stupid or they don't have it. No, they had a void on some area, whether it's finances, whether it's, you know, whatever it may be, but that void was just a symptom. The real void was an emotional thing. You know, most people that I talk to, you know, who never make a dime in network marketing, but then they're sticking it out for 2, 3 years, 4 years, paying that monthly, you know, fee. Like, so, you know, what do you love? Well, you know, why ABC company? And the answer is usually, man, I just love the environment. It feels like a family. It has nothing to do with business. I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
like it just doesn't. You go ask Tony Robbins or you know, Kevin Harrington, or you know, James Malinchak, or Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, or Mark Cuban, and ask them, hey, why are you in that business? They won't say because it feels like family and it's so cozy. No, you know, Mark Cuban sold the Dallas Mavericks for $4.8 billion. And I mean, they ask him flat out, like, you said this was your family. You said this wasn't a business for you. This was your thing. He goes like, oh, not when you offer me $4.8 billion. It's not a family anymore. It's a business, flat out. And it sounds crude, right? It sounds brutal. But
Yeah,
here's the thing.
I'll sell it and visit.
But the other individual, yeah, that's literally, that's what he does. He sold it and
Whole
he's in
family.
every game.
Yeah.
He said part of his agreement and his contract, he required his section with his family, like that is part of the deal for lifetime access. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this, the most people are taken advantage of because someone said, and Rich, you probably remember this, 3 things you need to know about me. First things first, you know, my work ethic, right? My work ethic. Yeah, we probably can say it together, right? First things first is my work ethic. No one can outwork me. Number 2, my word. Bank on it. If I tell you, it'll be done. Number 3 is Jesus, my Lord and Savior. There's non-negotiable. Like, and this gentleman that Rich and I were in his organization in our first network marketing, at least it was my first. And I mean, you're like, oh, I found him. I found the big brother that's going to hold me and put me under his arm and look after me like no one did. You
Yeah.
know, oh yeah, I make $25,000 a month. He would say what he meant is my position allows me, when qualified, to make up to $25,000. But you know, if you make $1, that's technically up to $25,000, right? The deceiving parts. But anyways, I share this with you is because every time, you know, we have a good thing that goes bad in network marketing is because we trusted someone
Mhm.
that was a superhero in our eyes. That you know, for me, I always had a void in family. And
Mm.
the first network marketing company, that gentleman that we were just bested about, he represented like a big brother figure that I didn't have, and I needed desperately. I mean, needed so bad. And he just blinded everything in me. And the second company, it was a father figure. I mean, the guy treated me like a son. I mean, no doubt about it. Put me in a position, and
Mhm.
then he ended up playing me. He put me on stage, introduced the new brand of the company that he already sold 2 months prior. And I'm introducing this brand to the field, and everybody's excited. But the reason the brand was changed because you can't sue what was already sold. Go ahead and sue this new brand that is worth nothing. And I was the one that was on that stage. I'm thinking, man, you trust me this much? And there's a video of it online that I say they went over all of that. I'm like, they went over this, Bob Heilig, Brandon Fagan, this, and I'm mentioning all the people that I looked up to. And
Mhm.
they picked the immigrant, and everybody gets a ha 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 laugh out of it. But I meant it at that moment. I'm like, you picked me to do this? You know, I was the honorary closer of an international convention, and I am the superhero. And I'm like, they picked me? Me? I'm doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's because, and in the video, you see me referring to him. I'm like, man, I'm in love with this guy and what he stands for. Like, he is a father figure, and I'm giving him kudos. And I was getting played because the company sold 2 months prior to that date. Prior, not later, prior. Talk about getting played. And again, I can go on and on and on and on and on. Every experience that I had, I was like, man, this is like a family member. This is like someone that I never had, a lost family member.
Yeah.
Blind spot, blind spot. And that's why I tell every single person, if you are getting into a network marketing company, and I will put the book in the, and you know, it's an audio book. It's free. You don't give me no first name, last name, or email. Just click on the link and listen, because you owe it to yourself not to get played. And even the best of us would get played. I've gone through many bait and switches even lately. So don't get played. Become an entrepreneur. Screw being a sales rep. That's a demotion. I don't want to be a sales rep. That's a telemarketer. Do you know that in the IRS code right now, a network marketer is literally the same classification as a telemarketer? So for those who are top earners, you're a telemarketer. So
Right.
start building a brand and become a true entrepreneur. Any true entrepreneur and top earner that is true entrepreneur, shout out to John and Nadia Melton, my heroes in network marketing. They own multiple properties. They put so much, all of their money, they put it in every other business, brick and mortar out there. And now network marketing is just a public speaking gig for them that they love and they enjoy and they impact the world. So shout out to them and how they're doing it. That is a true entrepreneur. Go ahead, Tanya.
I love what you're saying. I want to make sure that, I want you to dive into some other things too, because two things. One, why are we even talking about this, right? I think that the way our heart and our life mission is to educate and to, make sure that people have a full understanding. We're in no way saying that, network marketing, nobody ever do it. It's awful, the most.
That would be ignorant to go that far to the
And
left.
and that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is be wise, be understanding that when you're in that kind of model, they can turn off and kick you out. I've seen it multiple times. Recently, I've had a few individuals that I was close to that happened to, and immediately their book of business, everything was gone, and they had to leave. And if they did not have multiple streams, what about their family?
Facts.
In 1 minute, oh yes, we love and we care for your family, but when it really comes down to it, the answer is always, well, I got to make money, right? And so I think that, everybody, if you guys can understand, we're just saying keep it as a distribution center. Make sure though that you're building generational wealth, that you have entrepreneurship, you're investing in properties, you're understanding not only investing, but then also building companies. Consulting, whatever that looks like for you. So just to get that message clear, it's not to down the industry, but it is to have this raw, real conversation that's really not spoken about, that it's kind of like, I wish I knew, right? But Ali, talk a little bit about, because I think we've all had our experiences, you and I, with affiliate marketing, network marketing, you have MLM, all these words are tossed around all over the place. Most people don't understand the differences. They don't understand the good, bad, and difference of all of those, and why we're even talking about this, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about it because, so let me put it like this. In real estate, the average realtor never sells a house. The middle class of realtors, they sell anywhere from 1 to 3 homes a year, which is very, very low in terms of income, right? The successful realtors are less than 2% of real estate. So does that make real estate bad as an industry? No. Insurance, same exact numbers. In insurance, only 20% are actually making decent, 10% are making more than decent, and less than 1% are making the millions that you hear in the insurance space. And I can go on and on and on and on. The reason I'm saying this is because the difference between network marketing, multi-level marketing, is that there is no license. So there's no proper training. See, in real estate and insurance, for example, there is a basic amount of training that you have to go through. There's a test that you have to pass. So there is a sense of requirement of understanding. And then at the same exact time, you can lose your license, just like in real estate and insurance and law, you can lose your license. Therefore, you can no longer practice that profession if you don't do it with a specific honor, right? In network marketing and multi-level marketing, you're self-policing yourself. And if you have the bad CEO who does not care about compliance, does not care about what happens to you in a year and 2 years and your dreams, and all they're thinking short term, man, if I just pull $3 to $5 million while all these sheeps are just feeding off this grass for a little bit until the grass dries out, I'm just going to make a statement, say, sorry, guys, we tried it, and then walk away. Or, as it happened in few occasions that I've seen, an exit strategy. Or, I'm just going to play everybody, and I don't care how it ends up, because it's easy for me to just cut off the network, right? So these are all practiced systems in network marketing right now as we speak. So network marketing is a distribution channel where a company gets to work with or through 1099 independent contractors in different countries. They file their legal documents differently, but in the United States. And through you, I'm going to give you a replicated website that should give you the tools, resources, and a product or a service that you're going to share with others. And when the other individual buys through your website, you're going to get a commission. I think that's an honorable, awesome system. I don't have beef with network marketing. What I have beef with is the person who's driving that bus or the plane. That is my beef. Who are you? What is your background looking like? Why are you in this space? You know, are your core values in alignment with who I am as a person? And many times, even recently, I've gotten like, man, this person is a great person, fully aligned. And then the more I get to know you, the more I see changes. And I can tell a lot about who you are based on how you treat other people, based on how you are when you're frustrated, based on how you are when Tanya said, yes, anything you say, I will do it. And then Tanya's like, hey, I can't do it anymore. Like, I need something, based on how you react and how you speak. And I'm just using you as an example, obviously. And I can go on and on and on and on and on. I've gone on, you know, business trips with business owners, and then the meal comes out and they're like, excuse me, what is this? And I'm like, whoa, you don't even know that person, what they're going through. And the way that you're talking to them tells me a whole lot about who you are, because sooner or later, you're going to turn on me too. And usually I'm right, you know, and me and you have had conversations about, you know, different companies and different individuals. And, you know, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna trust that gut feeling, you know, when you get that, like, man, I don't know if this is God talking to me or this is my own head that's playing tricks on me, but I feel like something's about to go down, you know, like the Kevin Hart, like, it's about to go down.
About to go.
That's literally what that gut feeling does. And I listen to my gut feelings like never before. I believe in my gut feeling like never before. And 99% of the time, we look back 3 months later, 6 months later, man, I know it. I know it. I know it. Yeah, you did. But you trusted whatever you trusted in that person. So network marketing is a great distribution channel, is a great strategy and technique. I mean, think about it. If I can give you 100 people who are not salaried, they only get paid when they sell your stuff, meaning you get paid first and then you pay them after. It's a great model. Great model. But you're selling the process or the strategy as a business. You don't own your network marketing business. Matter of fact, I challenge anybody, go to your terms and conditions of your company. It states right in it right now. We have the right, or we reserve the right, I'm paraphrasing, we reserve the right to terminate your website or your position at any time for any reason within 24 hours, meaning all they got to do is send you an email saying you're done.
Yeah.
Every single network marketing terms and condition has a clause in it stating you can't sue us. You have to come to us and talk to us first and give us the opportunity to fix it. It's like when you log in or sign up for the first time for social media and you got to scroll without reading the terms and condition, because you know if you decline Facebook's terms and condition, they're not going to let you open your Facebook account.
Right. And who actually reads the terms and conditions?
But there's a reason we don't, because I've tried it before where I said, I disagree. And they're like, oops, sorry, you can't open an account. You have to agree to our terms and conditions. So let me get this straight. I either have to agree to what is not best for me, or I can't use your vehicle. Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds to me like I have no choice but to agree, right? So your network marketing company is not your business. I don't care, how much you are married to the idea and the concept. Here's what I tell the people that I've worked with over the years, and I've worked with a little over 100,000 people in the last few years, like on a small group or one-on-one capacity.
Mhm.
You need to add the network marketing company as aisle 5 in your Walmart. Your brand
So good.
is your Walmart. That network marketing company is just an aisle, because sooner or later there will be a recall on that product. Sooner or later, the business is going to run out of business. Sooner or later, the brand is going to change. Sooner or later, the quality is going to change. Someone, that CEO, is going to make a decision that's going to make you look like a fool. So I'd rather just change fridge number 6 in aisle 5 and remove all that ice cream and put it with, put something else instead. And it didn't impact my relationship with my clientele, with my network. And that is probably the biggest mistake that most people are doing in network marketing. They are selling out on a product as if it's an actual company for a lifetime, while in reality, that's just a fridge in aisle 5.
No, I completely agree. I like the whole way that you described it, that vision, that whole aspect.
Yeah.
Because you see it just like that. And just as an encouragement to everybody watching, again, we're not saying that it's an awful thing. We're just saying be wise.
They're just awful people.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about earlier. It's the humanity that we both learned, and it's, oh man, it's disheartening when you are pure. But what I'm grateful for is I've met some amazing people. Some of those diamonds in a rough. I think we met in network marketing as well. If we would have never met, that would have been a tragedy.
Yeah, no, without a doubt.
It's
Without a doubt. I'll say this, and hopefully we'll live this segment on a positive note.
Yeah.
I believe one thing that network marketing has done is open the eyes for people to be an entrepreneur.
Agreed.
But I hope
the potential.
Because listen, before COVID, I would never work from home. I will go crazy work from home. Then COVID happens and everybody, this is not a bad thing. I don't want to go back to a regular job. Yeah.
That traffic after, and it's just like, what?
Yeah. I'm just saying. I think that it opened people's eyes. I think it gave people hope. I'm just telling you, do not depend on that website. It's not a company.
Yeah.
Don't depend on that website to be the answer for all of your dreams and wishes. Let it be a vehicle, but eventually you're going to trade that vehicle for a better one. Eventually, that, no offense, Honda or Toyota or whatever you started with is going to end up being, a Nissan or a Lexus, and then eventually it becomes a Beamer, and then eventually, and you just keep on upgrading and upgrading and upgrading and upgrading until one day you're like, I can't believe I got a private jet. And that's the progression that you have to have. Do not let a network marketing company use you. You use it for your progression and your growth. And just for the record, the FTC, as of the beginning of this month, has passed a law that no company at any capacity in any industry can enforce a non-compete on you. Yes. You have the right to go and be part of Herbalife and Amway at the same time. And if any of those suits terminate you, you got the law on your side. So ain't no non-compete. I can do whatever I want. You work for me now, network marketing CEO. You're fired.
It's a smart thing. I think a lot of people they think that they're secure. And it seems easy because they didn't produce a product, right? Yep. So they just had to talk to people. And so, yeah, they use it to their advantage. And I've seen individuals change their whole lifestyle. They get some money and they think, oh my gosh, I'm going to change the whole lifestyle. Wrong, guys. Go invest your money. Go look at other companies. Diversify your funds. Sit. If you don't know, it's fine. Go sit with a lawyer. Go get wise counsel. Go look at investments. This is going to be something that even as you're stepping into network marketing, if that's your entrance, do it.
Stay cash broke, bro. Stay cash broke.
Yes, because I think that's what we do. We make money, right? And then we increase our entire lifestyle to accommodate that, because we're still in this ego trip of having something to prove. I don't want to just wear, regular shoes. What if like some of the most amazing people I've met, like multi-millionaires and everything, you would see them looking clean and sharp, but in some jeans and a white tee.
I'm
And
wearing Aldo right now.
they don't, yeah, they have
Aldo
nothing to
shoes.
prove.
Skechers. I'm wearing Aldo. Yeah.
Yeah, they have nothing
Is
to
Aldo still in business?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, they're comfy. Yeah.
That's what matters. There's nothing to prove at that point.
Yeah.
So
No,
don't
without
get
a
caught
doubt.
up in that rat race. And I think there's a lot of great things, just like in anything. There's a lot of great things. There's a positive you can pull out of it, and then there's the other aspect you can pull out of it.
Yep.
I think we've talked about both.
Without a doubt. Hey, we're gonna take a little break, and then we're gonna come back with a final segment, final remarks, and a shameless plug because we did something this week, and we are kind of proud of it. So we'll be right back.
Welcome to I Am Velocity, the innovative learning management system designed with seamless blockchain integration. I Am Velocity supports coaches, affiliates, creators, and Velocity members in launching, building, and expanding their businesses or focusing on personal and mindset growth. With the backing of our project team and Founders Advisory Board, who bring over 300 years of combined experience in travel, business, blockchain, and smart contracts, Velocity Global offers an unparalleled educational experience. Whether you're looking to develop personally or professionally, I Am Velocity is your space to learn and thrive. And the best part is you can get started with as little as $50 one time in BNB. Explore our key features and LMS with unlimited courses in multiple languages, available to purchase via smart contract. Plus, our two-tier affiliate model ensures that every student can get paid for their referrals, leveraging blockchain technology. I Am Velocity is the perfect choice for online entrepreneurs and anyone looking for a simple way to start an online business and get paid instantly. Get $34 per student and up to 12% matching checks for your mentees. What makes I Am Velocity even better? It's an a la carte course platform that lets you pick the courses that are right for you without forcing irrelevant content. Get back to the person who shared this video with you and get started today.
Welcome back. Ali Mehdaoui in here, Tanya Tanika with another segment. The ME show is based here out of New Jersey, and I can't wait to actually have you in the studio. This is the very first episode that we've done with a dual digital interview instead of actually having somebody in the studio. So I'm looking forward to doing this a lot. Hey, so you and I did a thing this week. We launched
Which thing?
yeah, we launched a blockchain-based learning platform that allows individuals to have courses, and it's incredible what you and the team have put together, and I'm so grateful for you. Obviously, it's allowing people in 57 countries to have access to education, and whether it's business or personal development. We started with full-blown copy courses. We're adding video version courses, and then there will be workshops, obviously, to follow. But I love the story of how it all came together. You know, how God is working in mysterious ways, and we're going to talk about that in a second. So what if you could talk about influencer attraction mastery in your own terms? You know, what does it represent to you? What are you excited about? And then I'll tell you from my vantage point what I'm excited about.
Wait, can I spill the whole tea about the I Am?
Your segment is called Spill the Tea, so you better spill the tea.
Yes, I'm spilling the tea. Okay, so this is the cool part about it. So we're both advocates about education. I mean, we're very adamant about that, and our personal growth and development and leaving that legacy. We call it the legacy play. And so I started I Am Network a few years ago. And then next thing you know, started taking a look at other things, stopped coaching, started heavy into consulting, and just went through that whole shift in my career of entrepreneurship. And I was like, all right, well, I guess it's not going to come back, right? I was known for the School of Activation, and I still have that app up and everything, but it was that. And then kind of put it aside, didn't think anything of it. And then my dear Ali, my brother, and he will share with you the other half, but we were like, there's just no way that we are this alike. Like it can't be. Like he was snooping on my Facebook, I think it was, and he found it. He was like, no way.
I'll actually, I won't just tell you, I will show you because it's scary. So this was in IM Network, which was in what year?
Oh gosh, it was about 7 years ago. So 2000.
7 years ago, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So Ali Mehdaoui since 2018. So what is that? 6 years ago, right? So here's, I think this was it. IM Network. This was the brand that I've built.
This is crazy.
This is the brand. Again, we just met about what, 7 months ago, maybe?
Yeah, October 2020.
October 2020, 2023. Yeah. So this
That's
I
insane.
Am Network entrepreneurial platform. This I Am Network biblical business and living. It's incredible how yours was going a specific direction and then it ended up wherever it did. Mine was going really, really well. And then we launched a young entrepreneur project, went pre-IPO, things went great. I'm like, okay, I'm going to just convert all of my audience, my network to this platform.
Sure.
And, that had its own episodes of challenges. And I reopened Influencer Attraction Media, the IM network that I've built in 2021, relaunched it, and then had somebody who said, hey, I love what you're doing. I would love to build the same exact thing. One thing led to another. And she's like, would you be open to selling it, but stay as a consultant? I was like, yeah, absolutely, I would. So we sold it. And long story short, she scammed us out of it and just it was just a bad deal. We lost like 60 something thousand dollars on that transaction. But anyways, and then, you have a Job moment. God, why me? What did I do wrong? And then obviously the great discovery comes into my life again and, kind of focus on, building that with the executive team, which I'm, again, so grateful for that experience. And then I meet you through Dr. Stan, Dr. Breakthrough. Shout out to Dr. Breakthrough. He's an incredible connector and speaker and human being. And then my travel company, we launched a smart contract.
Well, we started doing things together.
Well, we 100%. Yeah, from the behind the scene. Yeah.
Yeah, we started like actually building together, then consulting together. Like we started actually going on this journey. So it wasn't just like, oh my gosh, aha moment. And then that's
no.
We are too much alike. It's scary.
When we realize, when we talk the same way, we operate in business the same way. And it's like, who are you?
Thoughts. We're on like things. And it's so funny. I would lean in like this, or he would go to lean in for something and I would either do it,
or I'm doing it in the same time.
And so it was interesting. And I think that's why I love it, because it was so natural. And I've always asked God, can I build with somebody? What does that look like? And to kind of build with you and our families they're cohesive. We have the same values. We get along. And I love Maritza, like, and the babies and all of that. So it's just like to have that dynamic and then to come into I Am Velocity and launch this. It's like both of the babies, like it's that dual, and both of our brains are going in, and there's
but here's the miraculous part, right? So I start talking to my partner in the travel company, and we're like, hey, we gotta introduce something else. We gotta do something else. We gotta do something else. And then he's like, just think, do what you do best. And the whole time my brain is like, I'm good at this like education and learning thing, and we could do something great in there. Then I'm like, hey, how would you feel if we were to do X, Y, and Z and maybe build a platform where we can literally eradicate ignorance and teach people, and we do it all AI and all automated and blah, blah, blah. And then we're like, okay, I guess we're doing this thing. And Jimmy goes, so what are you guys going to brand this thing? What are you going to call it? And I mean, without a doubt, I was like, influencer attraction mastery. He goes like, I like it. I'm like, yeah, it's I am. He goes like, oh man, that's powerful. And I'm like, yeah, the most powerful sentence you can say from a
Yeah.
biblical standpoint, or religious, all the way to like philosophical. Like there's a powerful thing that happens within your body and your chemicals. The moment you say
It
I
is.
am, whatever follows, it's powerful. So it allows the person to become whatever they want. That's what's influencer attraction mastery. And I'll never forget. I texted you. I'm like, you know what we're calling it, right? And you're like, what? And I just send a picture. You're like, I am. And it's like, oh, I can't believe this is happening. So I look back and I'm grateful to God for all the challenges. I'm grateful to God to all the problems. I'm grateful to God to all the bad people that came into my life that had to be bad in order for me to cleanse my environment, to be in the mindset that I'm at, to be at the level of core values that I have, to find someone that is a match from a business perspective and from a brotherhood or sisterhood perspective, to feel like there's a true alignment of core values. And I think I told you, look, my wife doesn't do the girlfriend thing. Like she doesn't do like, the girl that's a friend and chit chat and all that stuff. And, to see that, my wife would tell me like, mind your business. Like I'm talking to Tanya, like that never happened in 2 decades, and that means a lot to me in terms of, you know, you're working with someone that is respectful. You're working with somebody that's authentic, that's genuine. Because my wife is the biggest filter that I've ever had. Like if I can tell you how many times you're like, yeah, I wouldn't mess with that guy. I wouldn't do business with that company. And I'm like, you don't understand what you're talking about. You're seeing it from a different perspective because you're thinking like an employee. I'm a business owner. Yeah, I was a sales guy. And I didn't know what she was seeing. So I feel very grateful that we're able to coexist cohesively and have the alignment that we have. And can't wait till we start traveling, with your family and just having some fun.
One thing that I love, yeah, and agree with everything you said. And I think that what's been interesting is that you and I have been through a lot of different things, a lot of different testing. And immediately it's like, no, I'm not making a move without Ali. Or Ali would be like, no, I'm not making a move without Tom. I mean, like the way that we flow. I'm grateful for that because through early on in our friendship and business relationship and just as a whole, we've gone through things that could have easily, right? Like we were tested early, I think, very early in our character integrity and how we operate in values. But even building with I think that was another test because I remember when you came to me and you were like, sis, we have 10 days and that doesn't include, that's not tomorrow. That starts actually now. And it's already like 5.
Yep.
What are you saying?
And then it became like, hey, I know we said like maybe Monday, but I promise you, the smart contract is going live tomorrow and we're going to be testing tomorrow. You're like, what? Then I'm calling you on a Saturday, like repeatedly, like you died. Like, where are you? Where are you? Just tell me you're okay. I was looking for your daughter and your son on Instagram. I'm like, if I find him, all I got to say is your mother okay? She was
And
working
I
late
told
yesterday
him
and she's
I
not
was going
answering.
to take a break. I literally told him, but he's not used to like, I took the break and then I wasn't even accessible to what I think it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Which is like unheard of.
Unheard of.
It never happens. Like the first text is usually like 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, we spend our whole day together,
Yep.
FaceTiming, everything in between.
Yep.
But no, it was, we built in 9 days, we built it. I mean, and we had issues, we had things, okay, masterminding and all of that. And I think that at that point, there was still so much peace. We still had fun. We laughed, we joked, and
here's what I'll say, and I think this is important. With the Since December 11th, my promise with my business partner to the world was we're going to eradicate poverty, and we've paid $3 million so far in 57 countries, and 90% of our audience is in third world countries, people that we're working with. So we're proud of that because $1 a day for somebody in a third world country makes a huge difference compared to here in the United States or in the Western world, right? I promise you this, and I am very, very confident, and this is a bold projection from Ali Stradamus, Nostradamus, Ali Stradamus. We'll pay out between $3 to $12 million in commissions in most likely 100 countries within the next 3 to 6 months. I am confident in that.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you this, and I want to give you kudos and props, because what you're doing and what you have done thus far has never been done before. To create an e-learning platform, though we don't do content creators, it is not network marketing at all. It's unique of itself. It's very AI driven for the most part. 250 courses just about in multiple languages in a matter of 6-7 days. It's unheard of, and you've done it officially. You are the only woman human being in the world that has it on a smart contract on the blockchain. That has never happened before. No smart contract has lasted more than 2 months. Our smart contract is already way past 6 months. So the history and the records that you're breaking right now, and we're doing collectively as a team, as a unit, and why we're doing it, to eradicate poverty and to eradicate ignorance. And you and I are working to eradicate disease as well. That's something that I am super, super honored to share this journey with you. My boy, my brother from another mother, Rich Tomes, I love you to death, and I'm so grateful that you are part of the journey with us. I know the world doesn't see you. He's the guy who's hiding behind the fence. Go ahead. You want to say what's up?
I just want to say hello and say thank you to both of you.
One day you will see his face. I keep
Oh, we
saying,
can do that right.
yeah, there you go. Oh my goodness, this is a moment, ladies and gentlemen. This is a moment. Are we hold on. Let me add
He's
you.
got to spotlight me.
There you go.
There you go.
There's Rich. There's Rich Tomes, ladies and gentlemen.
Go Rich.
Big kudos, big thank you, big shout out to you, because you've been a huge part of my life since 2009, and I am grateful for that. Yeah, this man is always like, I got you, whatever it takes, no problem, and if he doesn't know, he figures it out. And
Yeah.
sometimes it takes a little bit of time to figure things out, but you always 100% come through. He's actually the reason why we put this whole technology that we have in this studio together. So we love you and appreciate you. I just want you to know that I'm grateful for you to be part of the team.
Well, I'm grateful for
too. I'm
everybody,
grateful.
for both of you, for allowing me to be a part of this journey. So
Now you're
that
ruined it.
means- No,
I can't. Everybody's seeing your face now.
I'm right here.
Everybody sees your face. Usually he's hiding behind the mic.
I know. You're not used to seeing me. I get it.
No,
I'm always hiding back here, waving to everybody, but nobody ever sees me wave.
yeah. No, but we appreciate you. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
So, no, just like I said, I'm thankful for everything. I'm thankful you guys are allowing me to be part of this. As you said, we were acquaintances and friends for a long time, have been for a long time. You were there for me in a rough patch of my life, a few rough patches of my life. And I appreciate everything you've always
Don't make
done.
me cry, because
I'm feeling
I'm
it.
losing it.
we're about to turn into memes.
I'm feeling the love right now.
It's already coming for me. So,
Okay, that's
but either way, and I'm thankful for you to introducing me to Tanya. And
Tanya Tonica double T.
I'm thankful for you for what you've done and allowed me to do and to be part of as well. So,
Oh, I love it. I love it.
but yes, I am still here. I'm always going to be here,
Yes, sir.
and we will I'll do everything I can in my power to make whatever I can happen. Like I've always told you. It may take me some time, but I'll get it done.
There's nothing he hasn't done. I've seen him help me with fixing my computers, to fixing stuff in my house, to fixing my car, to fixing a studio, to fixing websites.
Mhm.
Yeah. You are that guy. I appreciate you.
I try. I was always taught that there's nothing you can't do if you don't. The only way you're not going to do anything is if you don't try.
Yep.
And the same thing I've always tried to instill in my family and my kids is don't be afraid to break something, because there's nothing that you can break that I can't fix, and I can't teach you to fix. So, but yeah, fix this. You see, everybody here wants to see.
I was talking about myself. My God, you're making me look bad right now. I was talking about me.
But either way, it's just, always gotta try and strive for the best of who you are. Don't ever let anybody tell you you can't do anything. I spent my life with my fam telling me that I can't do anything, and I spent the better part of my teenage years trying to prove them wrong. And you guys are talking about being homeless and everything else. And yes, I lived in my car in the woods for a year And then I lived in a tent in a campground for 8 months because I had nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm glad you're here. I genuinely am
And-
glad you're here.
Me too.
and I thank my wife, because if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
We've been together for 30 years and married for 27 of them now.
Nice.
And it's, you talk about how Maritza's your rock, how Claudia's your rock, how she's your everything, and you bounce everything off her, and truthfully, if it wasn't for my wife, we would never have met, because I probably wouldn't be here. I'd probably be in a ditch somewhere.
Yeah.
She has actually helped me change my life and turn it around in more ways than one, in more ways than I can count. And she's still doing it.
You hear that? You hear that, wifey?
So
My
Shout
man
out
deserves
to
cookies.
but
Shout out to the wife.
yes, this is a rare occasion you get to see and hear from me.
You hear from him, the man who made the legend, Rich Tomes, ladies and gentlemen. We love you, brother.
I do y'all too.
Tanya and Tanika, as we are coming to an end of tonight's episode, any closing remarks? I know we've covered a lot from all things social media manipulation, and the danger of it, to covering all things with MLM and how beautiful of an industry it is. But if you are, just like in anything, in relationships, even if you are putting your trust in the wrong person without doing the due diligence, you're gonna end up in the wrong situations and circumstances. And always just do business as business, not with emotions. What are some of the final thoughts that you want to leave our beautiful audience with as we are saying peace out to the world?
Yeah. I love the fact that through the journey, we can always find something beautiful, connect with amazing individuals. So while we've talked about humanity and some of the raw, real, and some unpleasant, I think that still take a look at the beauty and keep your perspective shifted to look for that. Because you could miss out on some amazing things if you don't, like, finding our relationship together and now going into IM. And actually, I know you mentioned AI, but while AI does that, we've trained AI with both of our brains to put all of our trainings of 18, 20 years together. That's powerful. So the relationships that come out of it, and then the ability to be in your children's lives. They are our future. They are the legacy that we have. That's the biggest legacy play. So get involved, and look at the documentaries, the docuseries, the things that are there. Educate yourself about technology. Don't be fearful, but educate and understand to diversify your assets, diversify, your distributions when it comes to your, business, and understand that while we're giving you guys the raw and the real, it's just to give you a glimpse so that way you can get behind the scenes. It's not to tear down industries, people, or anything else, but because of our values, Ali and I's values, we have no other choice than to speak truth. And we hope that you can feel our love in it.
And the reality is that the truth will set you free, right?
Yeah.
Or lock your ass up, depending on who you are.
Right.
Hey, listen, huge shout out.
I have to say something real quick to you.
Yeah.
I got to say mad respect, because you've showed the epitome of what it is to not only be a leader, a C-level, but a man of God, and character and integrity. Continuously, I've seen you when people are bashing you with the fear and everything else. You're like, no. I have to respond. I can't give this to a VA. I can't do this. I'm going to respond to each and every one. I'm going to do this because I want them to understand that I'm for them. Like, you made it right. You didn't hide your face. Like we've talked about with smart contracts and things like that. You and Jimmy, and in some other situations, you took some hits, and in a very short period of time. But I have mad respect for you because of what you've shown. And now I'm gonna cry.
Make her a meme, y'all.
Man, make it a meme. Listen, he sends me some crazy stuff, but no, seriously, with all due respect, like, you're a good man. You're definitely a
You as
good
well.
man and a good example of an entrepreneur and a leader, which is why we're connected together. And it's my honor to be by your side and do life. Seriously.
You are far too kind, and that means a lot. And you know, the feeling is mutual. But ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to an end, and I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. Feel free to hit that share button. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to like. Feel free to send us some love and some comments. And if you really, 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 really enjoyed this episode, make sure that you're coming back for more, because this is an incredible brand new beginning for yours truly, for Tanya Tonica, for Rich Jones, for the ME Studios, and of course, we are so, so excited. As I've mentioned in the very beginning, this episode has been sponsored by Velocity Global, and I am so excited that you're going to take a peek at the Influencer Attraction Mastery, aka IM, our innovative learning management system that is designed with seamless blockchain integration. This platform supports coaches, affiliates, creators, and Velocity members in launching, building, and expanding their business, and of course, focusing whether on personal mindset growth or business growth. If this is you, this place is the right platform for you. So I thank you and I appreciate it. Until next time, tell them peace out, everybody.